Good morning, traders. This is Ed Carter with your Trader Vision 2020 featured trade idea for July 17th, 2018. Today's featured trade idea will be FreshPet, FRPT, working on a J hook here in a pullback opportunity. It's been a skittish market here lately, and I'll talk about non-entries here in a moment, but this is what I'm seeing. I'm looking for a breakout, looking for an entry here up above these highs. Let's call it 29.65, something like that. And a stop down here below this low. Let's call that 28.60. With the first target here up at about the 32.35 area, and the second target up here around 33.70. So let's see if we can't plan out a trade for that. Again, we have about 3 weeks, or maybe 4. Let's see what that is. 1, 2, 3 weeks before our earnings date, or projected earnings date. Add 3 months to this last report. We've got a lot of bullish conditions in our favor because we've been in a pullback with short-term biases against us. Got enough liquidity. And we may be setting up for a Doji Continuation signal with a large white candle, a Doji, and then followed up with a large white candle. This will then break into a J hook breakout at that point, so let's go ahead and plan that trade with 1 entry and 2 exits. I think I said 29.65 on an entry with a stop of about 28.60. I think I said 32.35. Yeah, pretty close. Let's try that again. Doggone it. Can't get my fingers to cooperate this morning. And that second one up there around 33.70. Says we can do 142 shares. Let's see what 150 does for us. That may be too big for this account. Well, 4.35. Let's just say, for argument's sake, we can live with it, and slightly more than $150 risk if we're stopped out, 157.50. But let's see what happens if we sell half the position at that first target. We can pick up $202, $203 with the possibility, if we had to sell the entire position at that first target, we'd pick up 405, which would more than clear our trade goal for the trade. As we can see, we only need to reach 31.98, essentially 35 cents or 37 cents below that first target price in order to achieve our goal on the trade. If we were to be able to make that second target, we would pick up a nice additional $304, total 506 overall. So we would get overall a 3.2 to 1 trade, and that is something that is well worth considering. So FreshPet will be the featured trade idea today. If you do take this position, don't catch any falling knives. And let me talk about the last few days. Kroger's never triggered. One day last week, I forget what day it was, but we never reached that entry price, and it has sold off ever since. The same thing goes for, well, something similar goes for TCP, which I believe was this day, and it gapped up and ran, and I don't chase gaps, and then it fell back, and I don't buy falling price, and that's where we ended up with that, and it has kind of followed through. It may have been this day, it may have been that day, I'm not sure which. And then Manitowoc yesterday, same situation. It gapped up. I think it gapped up like 40-45 cents above the entry price that I was looking for, and when it fell down through, it was like trying to catch a falling knife. I wasn't interested in that, and once it got down below, it never got back in. I'm glad that I didn't have an entry on that, because had I, with the prices that I had set, if I had caught the falling knife and bought the falling price, I would have been stopped out within at least a few hours. So that's one of the things you need to consider: your trade rules, your criteria. For me, I'm not willing to buy falling price for a long or rising price for a short. I'm not willing to chase gaps. So if it gaps up, 40 or 50 cents, I let it go. And if it comes back and then bounces and comes back up, I'll buy it then, or at least strongly consider it then. But I won't buy the falling price, the falling knife, and I won't buy gaps. So those are my trade rules, and they have listed me in good stead here recently. So keep that in mind. And with FRPT, that's how I will trade it. I'll be looking for a Doji Continuation here on follow through, and I'm looking to buy rising price. If it gapped up here and then came back down, I'm not interested. I'm not looking to catch any falling knives. I'm only looking for follow through to this pattern. Nice, regular, consistent move as expected for me to look to enter. It's better to pass on a trade that doesn't give me what I want than it is to chase something that might be just a little bit more risky. At least that's my opinion on how to trade it, and that's how I do trade it. So if you do decide to take the FRPT trade, I wish you the best of luck. Obviously, you need to, in an unsettled market, you need to look at this idea against your view of the market, your trading rules and criteria, and your own trading goals, obviously, as far as the setup goes. And either way, we wish you the best of luck in the market today, and we hope to see you in the trading room.